Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be my introduction to Deck of Panning. So that is a panning project that was created by Emily over at Emily and Max. I'll have her channel linked down below, but it's a project that's one of my favorites to watch, and I decided this year I was going to take part in it. So if that sounds good, if you like panning videos, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I would love it if you stuck around, but with all that, let's just get started pulling some cards for this project. All right, so if I seem a little off-centered, it's because I am. I'm trying a new filming setup. I'm gonna see if it works out, crossing my fingers that it does. But like I said, this project was created by Emily over at Emily and Max, so I will link her channel as well as her introduction video to this project down below, so that way I don't have to explain it all. I think most people know what this project is by now. Essentially, you have a deck of cards, and each card corresponds to a different prompt. The prompts do change month to month, and the face cards stay the same. So those will never change, but like the 2, the 4, the 5, those will all switch. And I'm gonna pop up that game board now while I shuffle. First, I'm gonna show my joker, then I'm putting it in the deck here. But I was really interested in starting this project. I don't have any project where it's prompt based. All of my project pans are more completionist project pans. I'll link those playlists up above, but this just seemed fun, a little bit more of a random way to do some project panning. I do plan on having this project be a little bit more short term, in that a lot of the products that I pull will probably be usage goals. There won't be anything long term because I do a completionist project pan, so I just don't want to overwhelm myself with the amount of products that I'm having in my panning drawers, because I also do a shop my stash, so I really don't want to get overwhelmed. I was even hesitant starting this project because I think I'm doing quite a few different panning things, but it sounded like fun. I might as well try it, and if it doesn't work for me, I can always stop it. There's no rules. So now that I've shuffled my cards, you've seen the game board. I have not really looked at it yet. I'm gonna cut the deck, and then I'm gonna pull 5 prompts from the top here. I'm not gonna cut the footage or anything so you don't think I'm cheating, but let's go with the first one. So the first one's 3 of clubs, number 2, 5 of diamonds, number 3, 5 of hearts, spades, 5 of spades, my bad, 5 of spades. Number 4 is the ace of hearts, and number 5, 3 of hearts. So let me actually just check the game board, because I know some of the face cards, which were pretty good on. That's so weird that I got 2 5s and 2 3s and then an ace. So let me just check this ace first before I go pull products, because sometimes the face cards can mean something different. And the red ace means pick up 2. Okay, so that means I need to pick up 2. I did not touch these cards. So the first one is the 5 of clubs. Interesting. Clearly I didn't shuffle well enough. Second one is the 4 of clubs. So 3 5s, 1 4, 2 3s. I swear I shuffled these. You watched me. I even shuffled them beforehand, but that's okay. I'm going to be using 6 prompts instead of the normal 5. So let me go check out what these prompts are, pull my cards, and I will be back to show you my products. All right, I have all the products for my prompts here. So we're just gonna go in numerical order, I guess. Starting with the 5 of clubs. So that was for a spray. And I didn't want to do a setting spray that seemed like the most obvious choice, but I already have a setting spray in my completionist project pan. So I did pull in a setting spray, but I pulled in a mini. What I'm trying to say, I try not to have too many sprays open for too long, and I didn't want to have a full-size setting spray and only do so many uses. So I decided to pull in this mini MAC Fix Plus, and I'm just going to try to finish this off, get it out of my collection. I do have a full size of this, but I think that this will be really easy to get out of my collection. I was thinking of 5 use goals since we pulled the number 5, but I don't think it'll be that much more to just finish it off. So that is my goal for the 5 of clubs. Next, we have the 5 of spades, and that was for a sentimental item. That one was tough because I carry a lot of memories with my makeup collection. Ultimately, I decided to go with this Pat McGrath foundation. This is the only foundation she has in her line, the Sublime foundation. I have the shade Light 5, which is it's on the lighter side for me, so I figured I'd take advantage now that it's winter time. So my goal for this foundation is going to be use it 5 times since I pulled the 5 of clubs. I thought that made the most sense. So 5 uses for this. Next one is the 5 of diamonds, and that was a cream or liquid product. I decided for this. Now, if you saw my video that went up recently talking about my 2024 eyeshadow palette purchases, in the beginning of that video, I talked about some products that I hadn't even opened or tried, and it's been almost a full year since I've had them. One of those being this Lancome liquid eyeshadow. This is called the Liquid Eye Blusher. So it's supposed to be a virtual longwear liquid eyeshadow and liner. I have the shade 06 Canyon Clay, and I haven't even used it yet. I picked this up when I was visiting family in Louisiana. I live in France, if you didn't know that. That'll be relevant later, but I picked this up at Ulta. For some reason, I just couldn't pass this up. It looked so pretty to me. I thought it would be a really pretty eyeshadow base, and then I never cracked into it. So here's what that color looks like. Like I said, I'm a little backwards today, but I want to use this 5 times again because I pulled the number 5. So that's going to be my goal for cream or liquid. Then we move on to the 4 of clubs, which was collecting cobwebs. That could have been the Lancome, but I decided to go with something even older than the Lancome, which is this Tarte Quick Stick. As you can see, it's still in the box, which means I haven't used it because that's how I can tell if I use things or not, if they're still in the box. I would gather to say this is at least, it's over 5 years old, maybe 6, maybe 7. I remember when I was watching Tarte a lot back in the day, she really liked these. I have the shade Rose Gold Luster and Brown, so it's a double-ended liner. And one side is kind of like a shadow stick side. I haven't even swatched this. Also make sure it's good at the same time. And then the other side is more of a kind of liner situation in brown. So here is the swatch of those. You can't really see the rose gold too much. It's very subtle. And then you have a brown liner. So my goal for this is going to be to use each side 4 times. That's really using it 4 times total because honestly, I'm sure that I will use these in conjunction with each other. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to say 4 uses for the shadow stick, 4 uses for the liner. And I am finally going to open this up and use it because I actually have other shades in this, not just this one. So that'll be my collecting cobwebs. We have 2 more prompts to go through. Remember, I have 6 prompts, not 5, because I pulled the Ace of Hearts, right? Something like that, Ace of Hearts. The next prompt that I have, prompt number 5, is the 3 of clubs, and this was for graveyard. So this was a little bit tough because I just had collecting cobwebs, and then I had graveyard. I had to see what the distinction was, but graveyard is for a product that's already been in a project. I tend to finish all my products when I put them into a project pan, so it was a little bit tough for me. I ultimately ended up going with the very first highlighter that I pulled into a project pan, which is my Colourpop Super Shock in Lunch Money. I did make my goal of hitting pan. You can see it right here. This is one of my favorite highlighters. I absolutely love it. I just haven't, once I hit the pan, I kind of put it away and haven't used it again. So I'd really like to get just a little bit more uses. We're going to stick with the numbers here. Like I said, this is going to be a rolling in and out kind of project. So here's the swatch of this, and I would like to use it 3 times. Small, but it gets me to touch that highlighter, whereas it would just sit in a drawer if I wasn't doing this project. And the very last prompt I have is 3 of Hearts. So 3 of Hearts was for home. That is a product that is from your home country or reminds you of your home country. The theme is your home country. I live in France, like I already said. I was actually born here. It sounds like I have an American accent because I grew up in America for most of my childhood. But since the age of 16, I've been back and forth to France and America for like prolonged periods of time. I consider America my home, but I also consider France my home, and for the purpose of this game, I thought it would be more fun to pull something French. And what I decided to pull is a brand eyeshadow palette from the brand Micka Beauty Shop. This is a French brand. So this was actually collaboration with Martez Makeup. I believe she's also a French creator, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know a lot about her. This is the Serpent palette. I have actually used this palette before, not on my channel or anything like that, just on my own time. Here's what it looks like. And it's a really pretty grungy color story. I actually have some other palettes from Micka Beauty Shop that I want to do a video on, and kind of a collective video on all the different palettes and just this brand in general. But to do that, I need to start playing with the makeup. So I think for my goal on this palette, it's going to be to create 3 eye looks. I thought about doing no pan left behind on this palette, but the thing is there's already a prompt for no pan left behind in the face cards. So I'm going to keep it to 3 eye looks. We'll see how many I can do. I will take photos of those eye looks so I can post them on here for my update, but I'm really excited. She has great just multi-chrome shadows. They're really shifty. They're really special. She hand presses them all. I'm very excited. I was super excited to pick up this palette. It's the palette that really caught my attention with the brand. So I just want to give this some more love, and I've been wanting to give my eyeshadow palette collection some more love in general. So it'll be really fun to play with this palette. And those are all of my products for my deck of panning project. I'm really excited to do this. It's going to be just a different way for me to try different products, do something that's a little bit more random, a little bit more spontaneous. I struggle with spontaneity at times. I can be a very strict, organized planner person. That's my personality. So it's good to like push yourself out of the box sometimes, and that's what I'm hoping this video is. If you also do this project, make sure you let me know down below. I believe there is a whole community playlist where you can check out other creators who are doing Project Pan, but let me know down below personally if you're also doing this project so I can follow along with you. After that though, this is all that I have for you. I hope you're having a great one, and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.